Okay, so I've had some dreams and visions that I feel like need to be shared. So the first one that I feel like God has laid on my heart to tell you is it was earlier this year. I had a dream of a group of us, about 50 to 75 people, traveling together in the woods with only one bag a person, and some didn't have a bag at all. They only had the clothes on their backs. We were traveling place to place in the cover of the trees. Each place we stopped to rest at had adequate sleeping area, safe and warm, and long tables of food we all sat together to eat at. No one went hungry, but then the people started to grumble and complain that they just wanted things to go back to the way they were. They wanted the comfort of their own home, the daily life they were used to living. So one by one, people started to leave, turning themselves in for their carnal desires. More than half the group left. I knew we had to split off and leave, or they would find our location and take us. So I took my family and left, traveling with one or two other families. Now, what God revealed to me is that God will reveal who is trustworthy and who will deny him. 2 Timothy 3, 1 through 9. Hold on one second. So, it says, goodness in the last days. But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, having nothing to do with them. So they had their chance. They were going in the right direction, and they chose not to be chosen. They are the kind who worm their way into homes and gain control over the weak-willed women, who are loaded down with sins and are swayed by all kinds of evil desires, always learning but never able to acknowledge the truth. Just as Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses, so also these men oppose the truth, men of depraved minds, who, as far as the faith is concerned, are rejected. But they will not get very far because, as in the case of those men, their folly will be clear to everyone. So, the second thing is no matter what the circumstances are, he will supply all our needs according to his riches and glory. In the dream, we had food, we had shelter, we had safety. All our basic needs were met. Even though it was uncomfortable, even though we couldn't stay in one place very long, we had to keep moving, God still supplied us with our needs that we needed to live. And then the third thing, he wants us to keep running the race. 2 Timothy 4, 7 through 8, it says, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on the day, and not only to me, but also to all those who have longed for his appearing. And then Hebrews 12, 1. Actually, we're going to go to 1 Corinthians first. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians 7 through 23. 1 Corinthians, 7, 23. You were bought at a price. Do not become slaves of men. So in the dream, turning themselves in is becoming slaves of men. So what good was it for Jesus to shed his blood for them when they just threw it back in his face? And then 1 Corinthians 9, 24 through 27. Do you not know that it is a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. I do not fight like a man beating the air. No, I beat my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified from the prize. And then we're going to go to Hebrews 12 now. Give me a second. Hebrews 1's a faith chapter, just so you know. It's probably a good one to start reading now if you haven't yet. Okay, so we're going to Hebrews 12, verse 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with the perseverance the race marked out for us. So that verse described to me the people with the backpacks, the people with nothing. They took what they had and they left. Now, that dream is the church. All those people who are running is the church. Many are called and few are chosen. Be the chosen.